What up, people? It's your boy Master Chudy out here with another comic review. So we got um we got Justice League #5. Focusing this time on the Legion of Doom. I really like this cover. Seeing the Legion of Doom in all its glory. Rod, Cheetah, Luthor, Black Manta, Joker, Sinestro, bam, the whole works. This one is written by Tinian this time. So after the first four issues of Scott Snyder, Tinian is taking a little crack at it. Let's see, embrace the evil. And, I understand the critiques of the Justice League comic, too much exposition, too much focus on the totality, whatnot, and all of that. But this book does a good job on kind of deviating from that and focusing how the Legion of Doom, this current iteration, came to be. Basically, or at least how half of them came to be. So let's move on to it. So basically, we see that we have a flash of all of our villains here. We got Arkham villains, got Scarecrow, got Black Adam, we have C. Trigon, see Up on Apocalypse with Granny Goodness and the rest. Then we focus on Lex Luthor. And he just feels like, he's all smiles because he finally has a plan to get what he feels he wants. So he's in the Legion of Doom. How he's taking it over. It's like basically how the headquarters was created, basically. Pretty much. So Doug Malenka does the art, and I really appreciate his art. I think he's very good. So we focus onto the main thing, get to the source wall. This takes place immediately after it was blown open, after the stuff with metal. We see that Sinestro's talking with his daughter. It's telling him that the Guardians and themselves, the Sinestro Corps, has basically his daughter who's in charge of the Sinestro Corps, saying that they've reached an agreement they've reached an armistice with the Guardians of the Universe to deal with this hole in the source wall. And so basically Sinestro's like, I can't believe this, but then somebody says, I know what you're thinking. It's like, who dares? And then we see Luthor. It's like, Luthor, how can you be here? It's like, a scientist who used to work for me called it quantum folding. A wrinkle of space and time. It's like, would allow me to move from one side of the universe to another with a single step. He said it would take thousands of years to become technologically viable, so I fired him and systematically decimated his life. It turns out he was right, but all that misses the point entirely. So what the heck? It's like, so basically it's like, what point? It's like you're thinking about taking the lesser path. That your best move is to team up with the Green Lantern Corps, again, to instill order in this universe rather than listen to your heart. Rather do what must be done. And then Sinestro like, oh, you presume to know me. True. I do know that the man the Guardians banished to the antimatter universe, the man who took all his fear and fortune into a weapon that would make the universe shake. I thought that was you, but perhaps I'm mistaken. It's like, arrive to the point, Luthor. There may not be a universe to shake much longer after the actions of your Earth's Justice League. And then Luther's like, what if I could promise you everything you want, ever wanted, Sinestro, power to do that while sacrificing nothing? And he's like, I've always taken what I've needed. Like, this isn't about what you need, it's about what you want. I know what secrets the Owens have been hiding from you all this time. I've unlocked the secret of history, the universe in full. I hold the key in my pocket. I'm going to start a group, Sinestro. Join me, and I'll give you the invisible spectrum and more. So Sinestro's like, okay, I'm listening. So you see that Luthor has been doing work, and this is pretty much immediately after the events of No Justice. He basically cursed, he basically felt misled, and that he saw chaos, basically. So he worked this mother box, apparently, and decided to go back in time, go into the future, basically. And then we see in a million years of the future, his image is plastered everywhere. So it's Luthor. This is apparently Luthor world. So we just see this is you, isn't it? You're Lex Luthor. How could you? How could you know my name? The Tachyon particles gathered here for weeks, showing that someone was coming from the 21st century. Who else would dare? It's like, what is this place? This is Lexor City. This is our home. No, this is a dream. This has to be a dream. How did this happen? Society stopped fooling itself. People were told to aspire to be some fictional better version of who they are, but they couldn't hold on to it because it was all a lie. It kept happening over and over for millennia. until archaeologists found the lost works of Lex Luthor and broadcast them to the world. Inspired by them, the people embraced what they really were on the inside, how ugly it was. They stopped pretending to be superheroes. And then we conquer the universe in your name. It's like we call you the great tragedy, the one who saw the truth but missed the key to unlocking it in his time. It's like, miss what? You must tell me. Telling you will rewrite the course of human history. All I can show you is the symbol at the heart of it all. We call it doom. So that's the sign that has always been showcased, pretty much. That's been on the doorknob and everything. It's like, Mr. Luthor, is there something wrong? It's like, Mr. Luthor, it's like, so basically he's with Grodd, and he tells him that he welcome in his lab. It's like, and began reconstructing the impossible technology for memory. So pretty much, he goes all like that, and Grodd is like, okay, look, so he found out that after all, so he found out that he was foolish now. It's like, I would have never lived to see the future. After all, what was the point if nobody realizes it for a million years after you die? So he's like, I messed up. Nobody could see my greatness. And Grodd is like, you went to the end of time to learn that you are a fool and a failure. I could have told you that in an instant, Luthor. So I always thought that was funny. So he's like saying that, it's like, if it weren't for your psychic blockers, I'd have you rip out your own throat. It's like, well, Grodd, you're missing the point. It's like, I'm telling you what, we need to think bigger. I'm telling you I can offer you the world. And Grodd is like, I already have the world. So he said the United Nations is cycling, taking over all of these officials. And it's like, the leaders of the world, the leaders of your idiot species grovel at my feet, grovel at the feet of my command. I will bow to no man, any man. And then Lex is like, well, these are just bureaucrats. They know nothing. You're just using this to intimidate the Flash, but you know it will accomplish nothing. And so that obviously triggers Grodd here. And he strangles Luthor. Luthor's like, look, I was wrong. We've all been wrong. It's like, I didn't finish my story, you arrogant primate. I know how to, he basically says, I know how to stop the Speed Force. And so that gets Grodd's attention. He's like, okay, I'm listening. So Lex goes back, and he realizes that, basically goes over everything, goes over the plans, back into his father's abandoned place where those veterans were that he killed off in issue 2. And then he's basically like, this is what those in the future said I missed the path towards the actualization of his own time, the path towards doom. He hadn't realized when he carried the loose doorknob down with him that he had been holding an object more powerful than 100 atom bombs. It's like, with it he would unlock the hidden energies of the universe, and he would take the totality of the universal power and wield it. Doom would come in our time. Luthor would see to it. So he's trying to wield it, and we see he's unlocked the visible spectrum. Now it's getting back to the present time. Sinestro with his invisible spectrum core has taken over all these people. They're now at the Hall of Justice, and he's like, let all those who worship evil's might. And he's like, then we see that Grodd has stopped Flash with Lex providing him with the means to do it. And then basically, like, a Legion of Horror had been built in itself. And I really love this picture. Look at all of the Legion of Doom looking like bosses, like the meeting of the Legion. And basically, we get to the end where basically he decided that he's going to reach out, that Lexor's city will become something, but it looks like his time now is starting to erase that Lexor city. They cheered their own annihilation, basically, because they felt that Lex has accomplished what he was going to accomplish. And then Lex being inside Clark's body has basically taken him over, and will do with him what he wants. And then we see what we're going to see in this next issue. Lex's Luthor's big move. So I enjoyed it. I give it a good 8 out of 10. Definitely more of the pace. You get to learn more of the story. I think it was well done. I still recommend people to give this book here a chance. I do recommend it. It's intellectually stimulating. That's just me. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching. I should have more videos up tomorrow.